Why is your nose parked in the middle of your vision all day while your brain pretends it is not there? The answer is not just that you get used to it. Right now, you are actually seeing two blurry noses, one from each eye, and your brain is quietly censoring both of them. But that little edit reveals something much creepier about everything you think you see. Try it. Close one eye. Suddenly, there it is. A giant, soft triangle on one side of the world. Switch eyes. Now it jumps to the other side. Open both eyes and it almost vanishes again. So where did it go? It did not leave. Your brain just decided it was not worth consciousness. Remember those two noses, they come back. Because the trick starts with a boring answer everyone believes. You ignore your nose because it is always there. Simple, like the smell of your room disappearing after a few minutes. Your brain stops caring about constant stuff. That is called sensory adaptation. Your nerves respond strongly to change. They get quieter when nothing changes. A cold pool feels brutal for 10 seconds. Then your skin negotiates a truce. Your nose is like that, but on your face. Stable, predictable, useless. So yes, your brain adapts. But here's the problem with that. If adaptation was the whole answer, your nose would only fade. It would not disappear so cleanly. And it would not come roaring back the instant you close one eye. Wait, why should closing one eye make a hidden thing appear? That is the first crack in the obvious answer. Your nose is not just being ignored, it is being outvoted. Each eye sees the world from a slightly different angle. Your left eye sees the left side of your nose. Your right eye sees the right side. Your brain must stitch both images into one scene. It does this all day, without asking you. It is like two security cameras feeding one control room. Most of the time, they agree. A door is a door. A face is a face. A phone is a phone. But your nose is weird. It sits extremely close to the cameras, so each eye gets a different nose-shaped smear. Your brain cannot combine those smears into one useful object, so it treats them like dirty glass on a lens. It favors the open, useful view from the other eye. That is why your nose jumps when you close one eye. You remove the competing camera. Suddenly, the smear cannot be canceled. Remember that. Your brain does not simply see, it negotiates. And the winner is not truth. The winner is usefulness. But it gets stranger, because your nose is not only close, it is also attached to you. Your brain has a special category for things caused by your own body. Your heartbeat, your breathing, your footsteps, the pressure of your shirt, the feeling of your tongue in your mouth. Sorry, now you can feel it. That feeling was always there. Your brain was filtering it until attention dragged it into the room. The same thing happens with your nose. The signal is present, the image is available. But attention is like a flashlight with bad batteries. It cannot light everything at once. So your brain spends it on movement, faces, threats, food, roads, screens, and whatever might embarrass you in public. Your nose fails the emergency test. It almost never changes. It almost never predicts danger. It does not help you find your keys. So your brain labels it background. Not gone, background. Here's the second crack. Background can become foreground instantly. If you think about your nose now, you can see it. If you look across the room, it fades again. That means the image was not erased from your eyes. It was blocked from your awareness. Your brain has a bouncer at the door, and your nose is on the no entry list unless you specifically invite it. Scientists often connect this to neural adaptation, attention, and a visual trick called perceptual filling in. Your brain is constantly filling gaps with its best guess. You already know this, even if you do not feel it. Each eye has a blind spot. At the back of your eye, the optic nerve leaves the retina. That patch has no light-sensing cells, no rods, no cones, no picture. There is literally a hole in your vision. You do not see a black dot. You see wallpaper, sky, skin, carpet, whatever should probably be there. Your brain paints over the hole. It does not ask permission. Now pause on that. If your brain can hide a hole in your eyeball, hiding a nose is easy. The blind spot proves the scary part. Your visual world is not a live window. It is a reconstruction, a best guess, a beautifully confident guess. And confidence is not the same as accuracy. Wait, it gets worse. Your eyes do not even hold still. They jump around 3 or 4 times every second in tiny, rapid movements called saccades. During those jumps, the image on your retina smears wildly. You should see the world streak like a bad phone video. But you do not. Your brain suppresses much of that blur. It stitches before and after into one smooth scene. This is why you usually cannot see your own eyes move in a mirror. Your brain edits out the jump while you are making it. So now your nose has company. Your blind spot is hidden, your blinks are hidden, your eye jumps are hidden. Your tongue was hidden until I mentioned it, and the nose sits there like a tiny confession. The full answer is this. Your brain ignores your nose because it is a constant, self-generated, low-value signal that gets suppressed by adaptation, attention, and binocular vision working together. Each eye sees a different nose. Your brain prioritizes the useful parts of the scene, then it predicts the boring parts and pushes them out of awareness. It is not deleting your nose, it is downgrading it, like an email your brain marks as read before you open it. That is why the nose can return instantly. Close one eye and binocular suppression fails. Focus on it and attention overrides the filter. Put your finger beside it and motion makes the whole area important again. Your nose was never invisible. It was just classified as not worth waking you up for. But here's the part nobody talks about. The same system that saves you from staring at your nose also decides what kind of reality you get. It is not built to show you everything. It is built to keep you alive while using as little energy as possible. Your brain is expensive tissue. It burns about 20% of your resting energy, even though it is only a small part of your body weight. So it cuts corners. Constant things fade. Expected things get filled in. Missing things get patched. Sudden things get promoted. That is useful. It is also unsettling, because what else has your brain filed away as obvious, harmless, or not worth noticing? You miss the feeling of clothes on your skin. You miss the blind spot in each eye. You miss your own blinks. You miss most of the motion your eyes make. And in famous attention experiments, you can miss something as absurd as a person in a gorilla suit when your task pulls focus somewhere else. That does not mean you are stupid. It means attention is expensive. Your brain spends it like a survival budget. This is why horror movies love stillness. A motionless figure in a dark corner is terrifying because your brain might not promote it fast enough. This is why drivers can look straight at a motorcycle and still fail to notice it. The light hit the eyes. The brain just did not make it matter in time. This is why memories feel like recordings even though recall can reshape them. Your mind is not a camera. It is an editor that thinks it is a camera. Your nose is the friendliest example. It is harmless, it is funny, it is right there. But it proves the larger rule. You do not experience the world as it is. You experience the version your brain thinks you can afford. And most of the time, that version works. You cross streets, you read faces, you catch falling phones, you survive. But the price is invisible. Your reality has seams. Your nose is one of them. You can reveal it with a closed eye. You can hide it with a thought. And once you notice the edit, it is hard to unsee the editor. So the next time your nose fades away, remember what really happened. Your brain looked at part of your own face and said, "Not today." The most familiar thing in your vision became a ghost, and that connects to something even stranger. Why can you never see your own eyes move? If this scratched the right part of your brain, subscribe to Mind Itch. A new question every single day.